Greetings, soul family. Peace and greetings. Welcome on in. Hey, Dante. Can you all hear me? Can you hear the vibes? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. How are we feeling? How we doing? How we feeling? Feeling all right. Feeling good. Peace and greetings, soul family. I want to let you know that we are live in the Blue Room and you are free to come on over right now. Let's get the invites out and let everyone know. Let everyone know that we are live. Can you all hear the music? How we feeling? You was just looking over some things. Listen. You don't hear the music? Okay, well, the music is low. We're going to see if we can fix that, but we're not really worried. We're not really worried about it. Not really. We're going to get started in just a moment. All right. So, welcome on in. Welcome in. Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you. We are going to be diving into the artwork here. I have so much I want to share with you all. First of all, let me start out by saying this. Can we hear the music now? Let me know if y'all can hear the music now. Let's see if you can hear it now. Oh yeah, you can hear it. So, listen. And hopefully the music isn't too loud that you can still hear me. But listen. This is what I want to tell you all. We got some stuff to talk about, but I want to say congratulations. Because on December the 7th was actually Ascension Day. Ascension Day. So what you've been feeling, sort of building up to over these last couple of weeks, what you feel at this moment, that intense energy you're feeling, is because of this ascension. Oh, yeah. And I couldn't wait, like literally, to come on. Oh, yeah. Well, welcome on in. Let's get those invites up. We're going to start here in just a moment to let the soul family know that we are here. No, Mama is the source. You are tuned in, and we're going to be talking about that, and also this energy of the divine feminine and all of these sacred symbols that just have been going on really on December the 7th. Yeah. We're going to talk about it because I received this channel and I was so excited to come on and to share this with you all. First of all, I want to say welcome to everyone joining us here live. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle, and I'm so glad that you all are here. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you. And yeah, just grateful that we are able to come on. The phone lines are not working, so we're not going to be doing the phone lines tonight, but that's okay because I have some information I'm going to share with you. But the first thing I want you to do after we get ready to do some shots out, because I do want to do some shots out tonight just to recognize everyone in the building. So grateful for you is to tell you to get a pen and a piece of paper because I'm also going to be giving you the energetic forecast for the week. And I'm going to be doing it based on all of the rising signs. So for everyone's rising signs, you'll be able to um, have some insight. I'm going to give you some key vibrational words where you can tune into. And I'm also going to give you the theme that you can definitely just kind of keep an eye out for the energy of the week. Even though I'm going to encourage you to listen to your rising sign because your rising sign is connected to living life. Because this is how you're going to be experiencing, this is how you're going to be creating, this is how you're going to be moving, and how the energy is going to be moving to you through life. So listen to your rising sign. But you can also listen to your moon sign because that moon sign is going to connect directly with a part of your divine feminine energy that lives inside of each of us. It's also going to connect you on an emotional level, and it's also going to connect you with your physical body. So the mind sign is going to connect you to your physical body, as well as going to connect you to your physical home, whatever state, whatever city, whatever country where you live, and your sacred space. So the moon itself is connected to the sacred space. And then you can definitely listen to your sun sign because the sun sign is going to be a reflection of your higher self and your subconscious coming together and how you balance out those two in your expression of your expression in the world. So you can listen to all three. The rising sign is going to be your best indication because it's going to tell you about your day-to-day life. It's a tool. Your rising sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, these are all internal technology that you are working with. This is your internal technology, a part of that system, as well as your intuition. Remember, the greatest technology in the world is not AI, it's not all of these great tools that we have, but the greatest technology lives inside of you. And it's pretty ancient. It's been around for a long time. So we're going to be tapping into that. So I want to say welcome to everyone coming on in. Let's get the likes up so we can let the soul family know that we are in the house here as well. We're going to do some shots out. I'm going to give you some shots out a little different here. So definitely thank you all for being here with me. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to all the stars in the building. And definitely want to give a big shout out to all the divine priestess. I had the opportunity to go to Priestess Donna Lee's workshop today. It was so beautiful and loving. Very thankful and grateful for her. She has her Unk that is out, and it was incredible. It was a beautiful experience. Also want to give a big shout out to Self Invested and to everyone who is connected with Self Invested. Once Self Invested, always Self Invested. So let's get ready to do some shouts out. You can let me know what city, what state, what country, wherever in the world you're tuning in from. And we can go from there. I'm going to put the vibes back on as we do these shots out here. I definitely want to give out a big shout out to all the intuitive visionaries in the building. Where are my intuitive visionaries in the building? Where are my sacred alchemists who are tuning in from all over the world? the channelers, the mystical channelers, the soul whispers, the divine keepers of frequencies who are in the building, the clairvoyant guides that are here, the galactic wayfinders, the Akashic sages, and the vibrational architects in the building, the soul path navigators, and the quantum shifters, astro luminaries, the cosmic weavers, the chakra conductors, and the mystical mirror makers, and the higher self liaisons, the divine activators, all of you guys, you sacred healers, everyone, 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 everyone. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to have each and every single one of you joining me here. We are in the time of celebration. December the 7th was Ascension Day, and it was a major ritual going on right in front of our faces. Literally, right in front of our faces, this ritual was happening. So I'm going to kind of take you guys in on the picture of what went down on Saturday. So after doing a few things around the house, my guides sort of kind of told me, cut on the television. It's something you need to see. And instantly, I went on the television, went to YouTube. Soon as I got to YouTube, boom, it was the first video there. I clicked it. That's why you got to listen. When my guides are talking, I sit down with pen and paper and really, really listen. And what was taking place at first, I seen the reporters on the television, and then I looked a little closer, and what I seen, it was the ceremony that was going down. It was a big ritual that went down on December the 7th. When I woke up that morning, I was planning on doing a recording. I'm taking you all in my process. And I went and I actually did the recording because I was going to record the show on December the 7th, just to make sure everything got sealed, nice, tight, the way I wanted it. Because I knew December the 7th was Ascension Day. That had already been revealed to me through spirit about 2 or 3 months ago. I knew that I would take most of the day on Saturday to really just sit with myself and really do some deep reflection and really just do some soul healing work and some love. Well, the day went on and I didn't get a chance to put the show up. I could have threw it up just to say I was doing it, but I didn't want to do that. And so today I was getting ready to play the recording, but then I thought, I can always go back and play the recording later. I want you all to be live with me. That's what I've been doing for so many years. When coming on, streaming, and going live, it was the way that I was called to do things, to go live, because I knew it was a different activations that take place when you are live, when you are present, when you are front and center. It's a different type of connection when you're live. And Spirit said, hey, are you ready to go live? I was in the process of uploading it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go live, right? Because that's what I do. I'm going to go live. And so I decided to come on live. And so again, I want to say thank you to everybody who's here. It really is touching my heart tonight. I'm trying not to get too emotional as we talk about this, but I have some things to share with you guys. The Black Madonna has been coming through for several months, and many of you know that that is I had my first encounter with the Black Madonna many, many years ago when I was living in Europe. And through a series of events, of even being a part of a kidnapping and looking up and seeing a building, and on the side of the building with a cage, a gold cage, I seen this statue. And as the statue stood there, it was a woman. And the woman was there and she was holding a baby. And that's all I could remember. And that image stayed stuck in my mind for so many years after that. I didn't know what that meant, but now, as I've come into that understanding for many, many years now, I knew that the Black Madonna was even there as a symbol of protection, as a symbol of letting me know that everything was going to be okay. If I have to be honest, I will say when I looked up on the side of the building that day, I felt a sense of peace, even though I didn't know what was going to happen. It's something when fear sort of grips you. You know, most people think they're in fear when they're having these very scary and kind of unthinkable thoughts. And that is a portion of fear. But then there comes another portion of fear where you're so removed from everything that is happening and even removed from yourself that you totally surrender. And that's when you actually get out of fear, even though you may be still in the midst of so many things that are uncertain, that are happening, that is going on, that's transpiring right before your face. So I tell you that story because it has a lot to do with the title of the show, has a lot to do with the sacred veil and the divine feminine energy of Notre Dame. So on Saturday, December the 7th, I already knew that it was Ascension Day, and that was going to be another yet big surprise to come on to do a show on Saturday to share with you all. But I realized that I needed that time for myself. I needed that time for myself. And it was a great opportunity to go back yet again and reflect on how far I've come, how much I've grown, and to really sit with myself through that process and to know that a significant chapter in my life has been closed off. And now there is a new birthing that is being birthed. And I'm so excited for that. And I know you all can feel it too. You let me know if you feel that coming for you. And I know many of the things and the tools that I've shared with you all has been there to support you in that. Hence the reason we did the Galactic E-Files, the new era. And then after that, the Level Up Challenge, all of these things. Because this isn't a singular celebration. Even though each of us have our own unique sort of testimony celebration to go along with this ceremony, we are all doing it together. The Alchemy Collective, all of us on the planet that is doing the work with ourselves and being here at such a significant time to be growing up on planet Earth. So on December the 7th, the world witnessed a profound renewal. And it is the stars itself were creating its own sacred ritual for each and every single one of us that was there. What was going on? What was happening? And what happened to mark? You know how I tell you guys, you always will get confirmation from spirit. This is a big part about understanding metaphysics. It's not that things outside should trigger things inside. It's actually the opposite. And for me, how I work through this beginning process is that when something intuitively comes to me, when I receive it, when it is unlocked for me, I will get confirmation from the physical world. But I have the intuitiveness that comes in first. That intuitiveness that comes in first is what happened about this ascension day. And then I started seeing signs and symbols. Well, one of the major signs and symbols to commemorate or to give us this spiritual marker for December the 7th was the opening or the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Now, here's something really crazy. When I was younger, I visited the Notre Dame Cathedral, and many of you might have been in the Notre Dame Cathedral. When I went in there, it was very dark. It has like a Gothic feel because it was built off of that type of architecture. And it kind of was kind of heavy and dark in there when I went. When you think about how old it is, you see that. But still, there was a very surreal sort of kind of presence of peace and love in there. And I'm telling you what I personally experienced myself from going on a tour and visiting the cathedral and being in its presence. Well, here's something else to keep in mind. That Notre Dame Cathedral, one of the world's most iconic sanctuaries. It's known all over the world. It's been in books and movies and talked about all through history. In 2019 is when the fire happened and they had to shut the cathedral down. And so now it's reopening itself again. So they start the ritual. First of all, let me tell you this. They have the Pope walking in and all of the bishops and everybody walking in. And the Pope is carrying a wooden staff. You know how you see in Africa when they have the talking sticks. The Pope is carrying a staff. It's made out of wood. And in this staff that he is carrying, that's made out of wood, he goes up to the door and he knocks on the door 3 times. Once he knocks on the door 3 times, they switch, and inside there is a choir with children. And these children are singing a hymn. We're going to talk about those hymns and the Bible verses the children were singing. The children are singing these hymns. The Pope waits. It's a call and response. And then he knocks again. He does it 3 times again. The children, the choir is singing. This ritual is going down now, and you could go back and check it out on television for yourself. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And then all of a sudden, the children sings, the Pope knocks again. He's doing the Trinity, he's doing the 3-time knock, and then all of a sudden after he does the 3rd time, he knocks. His staff is this huge wooden staff, and at the top it has a circle, and it has blue glass inside of the circle of his staff. And on the 3rd time, these huge doors open, and he comes in. Well, this is symbolic of what the priests would do in ancient Kemet and Egypt. Before they would enter into the Holy of Holiest place, the sanctuary, the priests would wait. They would knock upon their entrance to enter into the holy place. Before they would go in, on the top of the temple wall, they would have the vultures up there, because the vultures themselves were a representation of the divine feminine, the sacred feminine energy. And it was for them to receive the blessing of the feminine energy of the goddess before they would enter into the sacred temple to do their work, to do their work. Crossing over that threshold, opening those doors, going into the cathedral, because this cathedral itself, Notre Dame's cathedral, is dedicated to the patron mother, Mary, the mother of Christ. This is who this cathedral is dedicated to. And all throughout Europe, you will see Mother Mary, as well as you will see the Black Madonna everywhere there, because it is symbolic of the sacred spaces and the energy of the divine feminine energy. The ritual of the three knocking is tied to rebirth, forgiveness, and awakening. And so the Pope knocking on the door 3 times first was for the request for the rebirth, accepting, receiving the energy, because that's what sacred feminine energy is. It's not a outward doing, forceful energy. It is a receiving energy. And that acknowledgement of the 3 knocks was the acknowledgement of the rebirth, that they were going through a rebirth. The second set of the knocks was for the forgiveness. It was for the forgiveness of the past. It was for the forgiveness of the actions. It was for the forgiveness of the world. The third knock was for the awakening. It was for the coming forth. You know, we think about in Egypt, in Kemet, the book of coming forth by day, otherwise known as the book of the dead, but it's really the book of light. It's for the awakening. So this isn't about brick and mortars being built, this cathedral. It's about the energy of the divine feminine coming alive again in a world that so desperately needs her grace. Her grace. So, as the doors open on December the 7th, they didn't just open for the faithful. This isn't about religion. These doors were open to all of humanity. And it is inviting us to step into a new era. I'm going to tell you why this is so moving to me. Because this I've known ever since I did the Galactic E-Files and the New Era. This is about the renewal, and it's also about truth. You understand? This is another spiritual awakening. This is the level, another level of spiritual awakening. So it is truly time for all of us to lift our own veil. We have a sacred veil, and it's time for us to lift that veil and to walk through the door on your own divine rebirth. That is what we are celebrating today. And I spent Saturday, most of the time in the records, also with myself, but also sending love out to each and every single one of you, all of us here, all of us. So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Think about it. After years of restoration, following the 2019 fire in the cathedral, remember that cathedral itself, it represents the sacred feminine. And so many people talked about how they knew how bright it was on the inside, how bright it was, because they had to use new uh they had to use new stones to restore it. It took them over 2,000 artisans from all over to come and to do this. But this is not just a sanctuary that is dedicated to Mary, the mother of Christ, but it's also a sanctuary that is dedicated to the Black Madonna. See, the Black Madonna herself is represented as the sanctuary itself. The temple is the energy of the Black Madonna. That energy that is there, that is also known as the golden ratio. You can look at the spiraling staircases if you've ever been inside of that cathedral, and the archway that is there. The proportions of the Notre Dame Cathedral was built off of the golden ratio, which is all about unity. It's about oneness, and it's about pure beauty, which is what the Black Madonna stands for, as well as Mary, the mother of Christ. One is the unseen, which is the Black Madonna, which represents the nothingness or the fullness of life. And the other one is Mary, which represents those actions and deeds and things which are in the physical and the material world. So if you go back to the steps of the rebirth, the forgiveness, and the awakening, all of these things tied together. So this took place on the 7th. The veil itself is there for you to lift it. Remember, we have all been working on our veils, and we've talked about this a while ago. Your crown chakra itself, we are all birthed with a veil, just like babies have that soft spot in the top of their head. And that soft spot is there because that is where the veil is. You're just able to see that physical veil. And as you continue to grow and learn on the planet, you are lifting your veil. So everyone here, we have been gradually lifting our veil. And for most of us here, it is not going to be a true uncovering, but it will be another rebirth and pulling the veil back and even higher. The veil itself penetrates through the crown chakra. Energetically, it connects itself to the center of our Milky Way galaxy. And as you raise your consciousness and your frequency, that is what extends your crown chakra. So many of you, your crown chakra is 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 30 city blocks going straight up into the cosmos. And this is where you're getting, when you get those unique sparks of light to activate your God, goddess consciousness that lives inside of you, your God particle. This is where it's coming from. And so if you feel like you're not connected to that, we'll talk about some ways that you can begin. I have shared a big portion of what I'm sharing here with you all. I've shared this with you in our shows leading up to the Galactic E-File. So I know many of you are putting the pieces together. But this is what it all was for. It was for the 7th. And this is why I tell you, you have to be willing to trust yourself. Because I was going to come on the 7th. And I really was going to do the show and drop the show on the 7th. And Spirit said, you have to wait. Because coming on the 7th would have changed course of events, and you might not see what you need to see in order for you to be unveiled, and so that you can see the truth of what things are. A lot of things are shifting here. We've talked about that. I told you all coming into this year of 24, a lot of things will change. Your circle of friends will change. You will start to see things for what they really are. Some of these things, some of these truths are very hard to look at, especially when you have poured your blood, sweat, and tears into things, into people, into situations. And then you can see it clearly for what it is. But don't be slighted by any of that, because now it just should make you wiser when you're moving yourself forward, that you can begin to really trust yourself and trust what you're getting and what you know to be true for yourself. Self sovereignty is what we are getting during this awakening, because anytime we go through any period of ascension, we are granted a gift. And this gift that we are being granted at this particular time is visionary sovereignty. That's what we're all getting. The ability to know that we can trust ourselves and have that sovereignty and responsibility for ourselves in our authentic actions, and really expressing that in a way that is built on truth, that is built on love, that is built on authenticity, that is built on magic. You will see this. You will see this and you will feel it. And sometimes it may not feel like you think it's going to feel. May not feel the way you think it's going to feel. It may be quite traumatizing when you see it for its truth. So here's the next thing. And I have something coming for you with that name of visionary sovereignty. I've been dropping those little crumbs. If you guys know, I function as an oracle. I leave clues in everything that I'm doing. And I know you all have been picking up on those clues all throughout the years and years and years, and particularly this year. But I want to continue. I don't want to get too caught up in this, and we're going to get to it. But those 3 knocks, I want you to know: birth, life, and the resurrection. Birth, life, and the resurrection. It's a reminder that the feminine essence is not just about nurturing. Because usually when we think about feminine energy, we think about the nurturing. But the feminine essence is about transformation. True, authentic transformation. Whole body transformation. Inside out transformation. The act of opening the doors of Notre Dame at the cathedral symbolized the opening yourself, or the opening of yourself that has been locked away. What part of you has been truly locked away? What desires have you buried deep, deep within yourself? What truths have you hidden away about who you are, what you know, and how you feel? So the feminine energy doesn't just hold space. And this is something that the world, we're all going to learn more about it. The feminine energy just doesn't hold space. It demands authenticity. It demands it. So let us not forget, it isn't just about women. We talked about this. The sacred feminine exists in all of us. It's the part of you that feels, that creates, that nurtures, and that demands authenticity. Now, we're going to talk about this from another point of view. Because, like I said, the stars are staging their own divine dance. And this renewal energy isn't just happening in a vacuum. It's big. It's huge. We're going to be going through this for the next 20 plus years. It's a big transformation that is occurring. So we got Venus in Aquarius. But this ain't the Venus that you're used to. She's not soft. She's not whispering. She's not gentle. This Venus is bold. She badass. She bold. And she's reinventive. Because she's asking you to love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself unapologetically. Not love yourself through bullshit and foolishness. Not love yourself through lies and delusion. But love yourself unapologetically. Embrace those things that make you unique. Remember the show about ID that we did some years back, where I talked about your identity? Can you identify who you are? Not who you have allowed yourself to transform into based on outside, based on external things, but can you ID you? Can you pick yourself up in a lineup? Can you identify with who you are? Can you ID you? Where is that authenticity, that uniqueness, that God particle that lives only inside of you? Because the divine, most high, the universe, God only recognizes, only acknowledges that essence that is authentic to you. So she's asking you to love yourself unapologetically, to embrace those things that make you unique, to channel your creative energy in a way that will break the fucking mold, baby. There will be no more duplicates. There will be no more copycats. Can you love yourself that deep? Can you love yourself that hard and unapologetically that you can break the mold? Break the mold. That's what we're talking about with this energy of Venus in Aquarius. Neptune is direct in Pisces and going to be there for months. Neptune's retrograde, what we have been experiencing, you know how you go take a shower and you go in the bathroom and the mirror gets cloggy? It gets all cloggy, fogged up, and you can't see. I know when I was younger, we used to draw hearts. I used to write my name and do all kinds of things on the mirror. I don't know if anybody still do that. I still will sometime. But that's what it's been like with Neptune retrograde. It's been cloudy. It's been foggy. It's making you hard to see your own truth. You're looking, but what you're looking at, it's not clear. It's not clear. You can't find your truth in it. Well, the fog has lifted. The fog is lifted. And so we're coming out of this fogged veil. And what was blurry is becoming clear, crystal clear for you. So the message, your intuition has been speaking to you. It's finally making sense. You're like, oh, that's what that was trying to tell me. Oh, now I get it. Oh my goodness. Now I understand. So I want you to combine what I just told you with that Notre Dame ritual. The message is clear. It's time to trust the unseen, for you to honor your intuition, your multi sensory ability, and to step into the fullness of your divine powers. Because truly, we got superpowers. That shit is being activated. Your superpowers. Your superpowers are being activated for you. So, before we get ready to go into the energy forecast for the week, first of all, I want to acknowledge everyone who's coming in the building. Good to see you all. Let's hit that like button so we can get those likes up. But I want to tell you this. If you have, first of all, been having dreams, push thoughts, what else? Just kind of odd and kind of weird interactions and occurrences with strangers, or, just different things happening. It could very well be from a past life. A lot of things are happening right now that, all portals are open at this particular time. And I'm going to talk about 3 key significant things from past lives. And these are 3 past lives that are actually stepping forward at this particular time. So I'm going to let you know what these 3 are, tell you how to connect yourself with these 3 past lives. You will know yourself if this message is for you and you're connected with one of these past lives. And also, we're going to talk about what it means. But I'm going to give you the 3 places right now. Are we ready for the 3 places? I'm super excited about the 3 places. So here we go. Number 1, I went into the Akashic Records, and in the Akashic Records, I could see the light shining on planet Earth, and it was shining in these 3 places, and it was shining bright. So the first place is Rome, Italy. Rome, Italy. So I'm going to give you the places, and we're going to go in deeper. The second place that the light was shining very, very, very bright, my goodness, was Berlin, Germany. Berlin, Germany. And the next place that the light was shining very, very bright was Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida. So those are going to be the 3 places where the light was shining bright. Like very, 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 very bright. So we're going to talk about these 3. And surprising enough, in case you didn't know it, what we know Miami, Florida to be has been around for years and thousands of years, has strong ties to Atlantis, coming in through Miami. And I see Pure Feminine says, ooh, I'll be in Miami soon. Well, this one, I'm telling you, must be for you, Priestess Pure Feminine, for this past life. But we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to give you some more details on that. But we're going to go ahead and, Art Basel was this past week. It sure was. Sure was. So lots of you have been tuning into this frequency. Know that if this is coming up on the radar for you, it is because you are experiencing one of your past lives that are coming from these 3 highlighted places on the planet: Rome, Italy, Berlin, Germany, and Miami, Florida. at this particular time. And you all let me know. We're going to do some experiment with that. A lot of reincarnation and past lives is coming up. Jasmine says, I went and watched 6888 today, so it must be Germany for me. Yes, with the sisters in the mailroom. Yes, yes, with the sisters in the mailroom. Yes, so powerful. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Yes, there you go. Well, these are the three places that are there. Rome. Yes, that's right. Oh, Sheila, good to see you. Rome, Italy, Berlin, Germany, and Miami, Florida. Yeah, yeah. So now let's get ready. We're going to go through the rising signs. I'm going to give you the key words that are here. And we're going to talk about the theme for the week. And each of you are going to have your theme. And this is something I want you to understand. This is more, even though I'm using the components of what I call astro alchemy, and also my intuitive abilities as well, to give you this information. I'm going to give it to you. Mama is the source said I spoke about Italy last night and wanted some pizza. Well, there you go. There you go. Let's go. So we're going to start with Aries risings. Where are my Aries risings at? I'm going to give you your theme. I'm going to give you your power words, your words of Hika, which these will be some things to anchor you. And then we're going to talk about the veil. We're going to talk about the sacred veil for you. And so the sacred veil is basically a blind spot. And if you can remove the veil, and I know you will have great insight. And we'll talk about that as well. So Aries rising. So this is going to be for this week coming up, is where you're going to kick off revolutionizing your connections. I want you to think about that. So this is all about you revolutionizing how you make connections. So this is about you embracing unconventional social circles. You understand? Because your growth is going to lie in collective endeavors. I know you're used to sort of kind of doing things on your own and by yourself, but there's so many great opportunities that you will be able to tap into by revolutionizing how you make and form your connections. Your sacred veil here is definitely making sure you're not overlooking collaborative opportunities. So there is going to be some things, Aries, that come your way that may be a little something different than you're used to. Maybe someone calls you up and asks you a question about, do you have a particular knowledge, or do you know something, and maybe invite you to come speak. Or maybe you're at work and someone from another department asks you to come over, and if you could share some insight with them. Don't overlook these things, because this definitely can revolutionize how you begin to start building connections in the world. Particularly this week, you are building a new foundation and you're rebirthing this particular area of your life. One of the things that's interesting about Aries is what happens a lot of times with Aries and Aries risings. You're the first to come up with something. You're the first to do something. And you will have, and this is also, it can be equated to Aries moons too. You're the first to do it, but people will take your ideas and take your things without giving you credit. They do this to Aries a lot. There's other signs, Aquarius as well, that this happens to a lot. But you definitely want to make sure that you are using discernment in all of your endeavors that you do. And you want to make sure that you are trusting your intuition when it comes to the right collaborations of where you are spending your time and you are connecting with. because this can just open up so many unlimited possibilities for you, Aries, when it comes to collaboration. So you really are revolutionizing the way you do that. Taurus risings. Where are the Taurus risings? Because this has everything to do with your career, the work that you're doing in the world, and how you're showing up. This is a transformative path that you're going to be on. And here are some powerful keywords for you to take with you: reinvention, visibility, and progress. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. And so your insight here is going to be, can you begin to innovate your approach in your career and the work? Can you, if you can innovate this area of your life, it can lead to unexpected advancements, your advancements. So let's talk about lifting the veil, the blind spot here. Make sure you're not resisting the change, because there may be some things that you were so set on, but something comes up. Don't resist it, because this change is going to lead you to something so profound. So be on the lookout for that, Taurus risings. Gemini risings. Geminis is all about expanding your horizons. Everything that's in your horizon, it's about you expanding that, you know? Your key words, your key power phrases, words, exploration, wisdom, and freedom is going to come. And where you can really lift the veil, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I want you to know that you've been just kind of skating on the surface. You've been kind of, you've been floating on the surface, Gemini. But right now, what's happening with this Neptune energy, the clarity is going to reveal where you've been avoiding to go deep. And you need to go deep. And this week is going to demand a combination of intellectual and spiritual expansion. So it doesn't matter whether you're diving into something very ancient and philosophical, or you're embarking on some sort of literary journey. What you're being asked and called upon at this time, the universe is really asking you to explore what lies beyond the limits you have unconsciously set. So you're going beyond what you think your boundary is. But let your curiosity sort of guide you, because this isn't just about knowledge. This is about your soul's evolution. So make sure, Gemini, you are not neglecting deeper learning. Know that there's always something more to learn. You are expanding your horizons. This is the energy of the god Heru and ancient Kemet. You are rising above the horizon. Cancer risings. Let's talk about this. Cancers are going to be going through a very, very deep renewal. Deep. I'm talking about deep cancers. Cancers is going to go deep, but it's a deep renewal for cancers. And your power words for this week is going to be intimacy, transformation, and healing. Cancer energy, this is the great mother energy here. And so remember, Cancer, your heart is your sacred temple. But I want you to know, Cancer, you've kind of been keeping those doors closed. And so this week, ask for you to confront the wounds you've hidden, not with fear, but with reverence, to really just come out front with it. The veil lifts on all of your relationships that have shaped you, whether it be for the better or for the worse. it's going to be revealed to you this week, Cancer. I want you to think about what pain you have carried that's already been transmuted into wisdom, because that's going to be a guiding light for you. And let this week be an emotional alchemy kind of week, so that you can release the old and watch your heart expand on a whole nother level, deeper into love. So don't avoid any vulnerability. Allow yourself to feel, which is what Cancers do best. Leo risings. Where are my Leo risings at? Am I going too fast? You all let me know. Let me know if I'm going too fast here. I don't want to go too fast. Let's see. Leo risings. This is about revolutionizing your relationships. And I'm going to give you some power phrases for you to go. Partnership, balance, and innovation. So we know how Leos crave that spotlight. But this week, the stars are whispering a radical truth, that you have the most power, and your power grows when you're able to share. So we've been talking about this sacred veil, and this sacred veil is going to reveal to you outdated ideas about what partnership really means. This week is going to reveal to you what authentic partnerships are all about. And also understand that ones that have limited your growth, because there are some partnerships that really have hindered you growing. And so, some questions, Leo risings, you must ask yourself. Are you ready to embrace a relationship dynamic that feels unconventional but profoundly aligned? Remember, love is never about control. It's about the freedom to shine together. And we shine together. Yeah, umbrella. So, your sacred veil this week will lift the blind spot to clinging to traditional relationship dynamics. Let's go to Virgo risings. Where are the Virgo risings at? Virgo risings. The theme this week is going to be innovative wellness practices for all Virgo risings and Virgos. It's about health, it's about routine, and it's about transformation. So, Virgos, we all know you are the master of systems. But I got a question for all my Virgos in the building. And Baby Blue is a Virgo herself, all the Virgos and Virgo risings. When was the last time you rewrote your own? You're the master of system, but when did you sit down and master and rewrite your own system? Because what's going to be revealed to you this week is hidden imbalances that are in your daily life. The sacred veil is going to lift on your routines that are draining you rather than fueling your magic. Because Virgos and Virgo risings, you have magic. So this is a great time for you to experiment with some holistic practices, whether you want to get into meditation, some sort of sound healing, some sort of qigong, any of this energy, anything, yoga, anything, even a new form of movement through dance and, any of these things. Remember, the body is the vessel for your brilliance, Virgo, and you have to treat it as it's sacred. So Virgos, you're going to have to move your body, look at your daily routines, and stop sticking to outdated habits. things that are not bringing you to a state of harmony and peace. This week is going to show you in your daily life where things are unbalanced. Libra risings. Let's go here. Libra risings. This is about expression. It's about joy, and it's about authenticity. Because the theme for Libras and Libra rising is creative liberation. Ooh, I love the sound of that. Libras, you have been painting within the lines. Just painting within the lines. But the stars are handing you, you're getting a blank canvas this week, a whole blank canvas. So this is the question. What creative dreams have you buried out of fear? They're too much. That they're too much. What things have you buried? Because you said, you know what, that's doing too much. And as a fellow Libra rising, I have said that to myself. That's doing too much, Blue. You doing too much. But this week, Libras and Libra risings, the sacred veil is going to reveal the raw, unfiltered essence of your creative spirit. And you're being asked to dive in unapologetically, whether it's through your art, your voice, your presence, because all three of these are needed more than ever now on the planet. Libra risings. Scorpios and Scorpio risings, family, security, and transformation. Because for Scorpios and Scorpio risings, this is about reinventing of the home's foundation. This is dealing with home. So Scorpio risings and Scorpios, this is about home is where the soul rests. But Scorpios, this week is going to reveal cracks in the foundation. Are you holding on to traditions, family dynamics that no longer serve you? Because the sacred veil lifts to show you how you can redefine your sense of safety and belonging, because that's truly what we're looking for. We're all looking for. But for Scorpio risings, it's about safety and belonging this week for you. And it's time that you create a sanctuary that reflects not who you used to be, not who you were, but reflects who you are now. Who are you now? That's what your home should be reflecting now. I see you guys sounding off. Sagittarius risings and Sagittarius. Dialogue, learning, and innovation. Dialogue, learning, and innovation. This is about revolutionary communication for you. Your words are going to carry so much power this week, Sagittarius and Sagittarius risings, because you are yielding. You better make sure you're yielding them wisely. Watch your mouth. The sacred veil is going to reveal conversations and ideas you've been avoiding. It's going to reveal ideas and conversations you've been avoiding. You probably are getting some hints of that even here tonight. So whether it's a difficult truth or innovative message, it's your time to share your voice. You heard me? It's your time, Sagittarius. Share your voice. You're not just speaking. I want you to understand you're casting spells with your words. So, Sagittarius risings and Sagittarius, the veil is lifting, the blind spot, overlooking new communication methods. Look for ways to communicate, to get that out, to share that with the world. Capricorn risings and Capricorns, wealth, worth, and evolution. Transforming values is your theme for this week, your energetic theme. So, Capricorns, your relationship with value, both personal and material, is under cosmic review at this time. And the sacred veil lifts to show you outdated beliefs that you are still holding on about money and self-worth. And this week, align your resources with your higher purpose. Align your resources with your higher purpose. What if your wealth became a reflection of your soul's abundance? Think about that, Capricorn risings and Capricorn. Think about it. Aquarius risings and Aquarius. Identity, independence, and renewal. Your theme for the week, personal reinvention. Aquarius, the universe hands is giving you a pen to rewrite your story. The sacred veil is going to reveal the identity that you have outgrown, because you have outgrown your identity at this time. So who are you when you strip away expectations? That's what the universe is saying. Who are you when you strip all of these expectations away? You're being handed the sacred pen to rewrite your story and to step into your authenticity unapologetically and bold. Reinvention isn't an option. It's your destiny, Aquarius. Your blind spot is you have to stop neglecting self-transformation. Pisces and Pisces risings. Intuition, solitude, and healing. Your theme for the week is spiritual awakening. So for Pisces and Pisces risings, your spiritual gifts are on fire this week. Listen, you are on fire. Now, the sacred veil is going to reveal the depths of how deep your intuition truly goes, Pisces rising. But are you in the position where you can take time to listen? Remember, solitude is your teacher. You have to go inward, and you'll discover truth that is going to totally reshape your whole reality. Truths about yourself. It's going to reshape your whole reality. Drop you off in the pretty matrix. So the blind spot here, make sure you're not avoiding your own inner work. That beautiful intuition is for you. Make sure you're doing your work. So this whole week is really, for everyone through our rising signs to step into alignment with our highest path. This sacred veil of this ascension on December the 7th has revealed some hidden truths, and more hidden truths are going to bring themselves to the forefront for you. And they're offering us a rare and profound chance to renewal. The question isn't whether the energy is here or not. The real question is, will you rise to meet it? Because the energy is here. It's here for all of us. Will you rise to the occasion to meet it, to meet the energy? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. There you go. Wanted us to get that in for this week. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the three places. Let's start with Rome, the eternal city. It's the capital of Italy. It's located in the central western part of the Italian peninsula. Mm-hmm. Connected to a lot of things. The Colosseum, the Vatican, right? The Renaissance, the modern era. This is Rome. So here's what I want you to do. You can go back and you can look. You will already see if you have some you will go back and see if you already have some connections. Many of you have already stated that you have some connection. These are going to be the three past lives. I'm going to give them to you again. Rome, Italy, Berlin, Germany, and Miami, Florida. I want you to think about some of the things you've been experiencing in the last couple of weeks, not just this week, but in the last couple of weeks that you might have been experiencing, that you've been connecting yourself with. Some of you talked about how you just watched a movie, maybe you had a food craving because that's it. Maybe perhaps you're getting ready to take a trip or go on a vacation. These are some of the ways when you can tell a particular past life or something is coming up for you, because they come up in very, very unique ways. They come up in so many different unique ways. I'm also going to give you what gifts are coming online for each one of these cities. Give me a moment. I just got to pull up my notes I wrote on there. Let's talk about them. So, the first one, let's talk about Berlin, Germany. This city, Berlin, Germany, which I've been there before, it's a beautiful city. It's a city of transformation, resilience, and reinvention. Its history is of division and unity. And what this does is it really talks about the soul's journey of overcoming separation and embracing wholeness. So I want you to think about that. This past life energy, a lot of what's coming up from Berlin and Germany is warrior energy. And so many of you may feel like that at this particular time, that you kind of have this warrior energy at something that's going on in your life at this particular time. You may be connected with a revolution or feeling like you're a part of this revolution. I know for many of us here in this spiritual revolution, we're here, or even feeling some sort of resistance. Now, the lesson of here, of where the rebirth, well, first let's talk about, no, I'm not going to give you guys all of that. I'm going to let you discover some things on your own. Then we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But I will say Berlin is connected to the Renaissance as well. Berlin's artistic Renaissance mirrors the soul's ability to turn pain into beauty. And it encourages a reflection on lifetimes as an artist, people who were thinkers, innovators. These are the people who are gathering their gifts right now at this particular time. When the Berlin Wall fell down, it was symbolic of breaking through barriers. This was the lesson in unity that many of these souls brought back to earth. If you were having a past life here, you brought back this ability to want to break past any barriers in your life, because this energy would encourage you to have thoughts about past lives where divisions were healed, not when they went apart, but where they were healed, and how they can dissolve internal conflicts in this present moment. Know that it can be there. Let's talk about Paris. Not Paris, Florida. Let's talk about Florida, Miami. Now, Miami is a gateway between America, the Americans, I should say, like America, and the spiritual waters of Atlantis. That's why so many people are captivated by Miami, Florida. And so, Miami, Florida, this past life in this region on this part of the land has a deep connection with Atlantis. And so this connection and this proximity to the ocean, what it does, it awakens whenever you're in Miami. If you can get towards close to the water, which if you're in Miami, you're close to it. But that vibration and those ley lines, what it does is it helps you to crystallize and awaken your DNA, your spiritual DNA of your memories of Atlantis and other advanced civilizations. So a lot of times I know whenever I'm in that part of Miami and Florida, you start tapping into lost wisdom. A lot of spiritual and technological knowledge will start to come online for you right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the energy of the healing waters. So many of them are healers who have come back as well too. So if Miami is there, I'm just giving you guys some key points that I wrote down. But I want you all to do your own research on this. Rome, Italy, ancient system, ancient wisdom, leadership, power, and culture. Leadership and legacy is here. Discipline, devotion, divine connections, spiritual practices, arts, all of the arts, artists, scholars, teachers, all of that, being of service, part of the Renaissance. You're going to feel this energy. Each one of these cities are a portal, each one of them. And you can tap into their lessons that have been mastered for many different past lives. So if you feel this energy, you want to connect with the energy of these places around the world and tap into that essence. So I want to talk about each city. Let's go to Germany, Berlin. We're going to talk about the gift, the spiritual gift that will come on, is coming online for you at this time. For Germany, Berlin, it is clear cognizance, clear knowing. Why clear cognizance? Because Berlin is the city that has survived so much division, upheaval, and it holds a lot of deep collective wisdom. And the souls connected to Berlin, if this was the past life coming up front for you right now, may have a sudden knowing. Like you may find yourself just knowing the answer to something. not having to think about it, not going through a lot, but just noticing that all of a sudden you know the answer to things that you have no knowledge of. Like the mind is not expressing it for you, the mind is not answering the questions for you. You just have a knowing. So, this clear cognizance, you will start to know things about your past and know the lessons that you learn. You'll start to come more into that. So start working with clear cognizance because that's the clear coming online for you. Miami, Florida, it's clear sentience, clear feelings. Miami, this oceanic energy is deeply emotional and it's connected to the heart chakra and it's aligned with clairsentience, the ability to feel energies, emotions, and vibrations. Many of you may be having strong feelings come through you and you may not know where is all of this energy and emotions is coming. It's this past life from Miami, Florida that's stepping forward for you at this time, which is an energy that is connected with Atlantis. And this would have been a past life where a lot of our healers come from, a lot of our empaths, a lot of our energy workers come from, that come in through this particular portal here. So this is encouraging you to reconnect, meditate with some water, some ocean sounds. You can even play it in the background. Place your hands over your heart, feel your emotions and the energy that is around you, and just kind of lean into that because you are connecting with the waters of the past life that's coming online. And what this is going to help you do is to amplify this gift of clairsentience. Rome, Italy, clairvoyance, clear seeing. This is about art. It's about architecture. It's about spirituality. And this resonates with clairvoyance, the ability to see beyond the physical world into the visions, the symbols, and the spiritual realm. And Rome has a lot of its sacred traditions and mystical awakenings, the gift of seeing hidden truths. Most of those in Rome were trained in ancient Kemet or Egypt. So they brought that knowledge back to Rome. Strong soul ties, ties to oracles, seers, spiritual leaders, those with vision, the visionaries coming back online, the clairvoyance. So you can meditate with these landmarks. So you can pick a landmark from Rome, something that stands out to you. You can go research. You can take a look. You can study it and see what stands out to you. You can journal some thoughts and do some free writing and let your clairvoyance just come in. Um, Draw different symbols and put those symbols down. It's going to help you receive your awakening in your clairvoyance. So, Berlin, claircognizance. It encourages clarity and wisdom from intellectual and a revolutionary lifetime. You can reflect on where you just know the answer, and it will empower you, and you will be able to trust your inner knowing. Miami, clairsentience awakens your emotional wisdom, your ability to feel others' energy as well as your own, and reflecting and taking some time where you feel most at peace or in flow to amplify this gift, really amplify it. And then Rome, clairvoyance. You're tapping into the visions of the divine truth and spiritual legacies. You can reflect on your creative and spiritual visions, just sitting down thinking about them or pulling them into your sight. You'll be able to see your soul's purpose in a very, very clear way. So, all three of these cities, all three of these past lives at this time, when you connect with this energy, it's going to give you a very, very unique opportunity to dive deeper into that past life. And you'll be able to reclaim your intuitive powers for this present time. So, those are going to be the three cities that came online. I would love for you all. Ooh, I love that. Brother Lance says, me and Monique word for last month was claircognizance. Yes, this energy is here. Miami, Florida, Rome, Italy, and Berlin, Germany. These are the past three lives on the planet collectively that's stepping forward in a very, very big way. So I wanted to come on really quick, share with you all about December the 7th, us being at that pivotal point. And as we continue into the week, we will choose to walk through this portal, this sacred portal, tapping into that essence of the divine feminine. And yet again, humanity marks another portal of ascension. I think it was so perfect that Donna Lee had her workshop on the 8th. You know, it was interesting when we first started talking, she had a date picked out, but she said, Ms.Blue, let me know what date works for you. I didn't want to give it all away, but I did tell her in a perfect world, you know, think about the 8th. If it works for you, that works for me. And it did, because I knew on the 7th, we will have went through that portal of ascension for all of us, where the divine feminine energy is awakening again. Now, how it's going to look in the physical is going to be completely different, because you're going to see more things in the material world that is going to be led by the sacred masculine. And this definitely isn't a boy against girl. It's about a coming together and a unification of energy. I'm not talking about what's between your legs. I'm talking about the energy that all of us has inside of us. You are half your mother and you are half your father. And not just your half your physical mother and your physical father, but you're half your divine father and also your divine mother. And all of that embodiment is locked deep inside of you. Let us have a great awakening week. Let us lift our veils even more higher. Honor the essence of the sacred that lives inside of all of us. The activation art that you're looking at is a depiction of the vision of the Black Madonna as she came through. So the Black Madonna and Mary are sisters of the same divine essence. In fact, it was the Black Madonna who first graced the planet with her essence and her grace. And that Madonna led to a reflection of Mary and many others. The story that we all know so well about the birth of Jesus Christ, as it was told through the eyes of those who encountered the Black Madonna first, and the baby, which is a depiction of the goddess Isis, and the baby Heru or Aset. It's a fascinating story that no matter where you go in the world, everyone has their variation of this very intimate and very sacred story that is there. But many don't know about the Black Madonna. And so, one of the things that I will do when called to do is to bring a channel. I know many of you had the reading that I was doing called the Black Madonna reading, which is a channel, which is the only time that I let another divine spirit or essence sort of take over me. That's not something I do often or with anyone, but I have a special connection with the Black Madonna. And so know that energy is on the rise again for all of us here. It doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter where you come from. The Cathedral of Notre Dame is our spiritual marker to let us know that this energy is yet again alive on the planet, because that whole sanctuary is dedicated to the divine feminine. That's what that whole thing, it is the sanctuary of the divine feminine that is based on the pi theory, the golden ratio. Everything from its architecture is about sacred geometry, from the winding staircases going all the way up, from the shapes and the layout, the archways and the portals. That pi symbol that is there takes you all the way into the heavens. Its physical embodiment is the essence of the Black Madonna herself. Her intrinsic light speaks to the divine feminine that exists and has awakened all over the planet yet again. So it's going to be forever for us as we dive into this. Blessings. Priestess Donna Lee said, I will never forget my Black Madonna reading. Yeah, they were very profound. All of those readings. Very grateful for everyone who did have it. Now, I also want to let you all know, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to all the moderators. Big shout out to Mr. Dante in the building. Big shout out to Brother Lance. Big shout out to Lola Falana and all the stars in the building. Big shout out. All the divine priestess. And to the seen and the unseen. And this is what I want to do. Let you all know that on December the 21st, I am going to be doing an online workshop. And I say workshop for a reason, because we're going to be working for real. It is the winter solstice portal, where we'll be closing out 2024 with grace and power. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has already secured their seats, secured their tickets to be a part. It's one of the things that I feel is so powerful to do with the times that we're living in. And it's been a powerful part of my practice that I do. And that is, I close each year out. And I want us to be able to do this together. We are stepping into a profound territory of coming into 2025. And I know that all of us working together, we will make a difference. This is the Know Thyself, the activation of 2025 galactic transformation. That's the theme that I had for this workshop. This winter solstice is it's not going to be an ordinary moment, you know. It's a celestial gateway. And so we are going to be going through Spirit Quest. You all know how powerful the Spirit Quest are. We're going to be doing Spirit Quest. We're going to be recalibrating our frequencies, tuning it to the harmonics of the solstice and aligning with all the higher vibrations of 2025. We'll also be releasing imprints of the past. We'll be doing that through a very special uh, technique that I'm going to take you all through of how to do that. It's through a powerful energetic ritual that's going to dissolve outdated patterns and really get you off of unfulfilled timelines. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. You'll receive a alignment blueprint, which is going to be a custom workbook that you can do some deep, visionary exploration, some magical exploration, some reflecting and some visions in. We're going to be doing all live rituals and activations that we're going to be doing. So all the details are there. It's going to be on December the 21st. The time is there, 3 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern. You can click the link. It's going to be online. It's going to be a cosmic Zoom call. You will have access to the recording. You will have access to the recording. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. That's going to be on the 21st. That's where a lot of my time and energy has been in. I know many of you have been asking me about when my books are going to be opening for a one-on-one session. That is still coming. That is still coming. I'm literally working on it now to get those dates and things together. I'm trying to get as many slots as possible before this year close out. And ooh, I love that. That baby Blue could teach the children. I love that. I have to tell her because she's in her bag too, doing a whole lot of stuff. So thank you for that, Brother Lance. Yeah. So, mm-hmm. Mm. So I definitely will share that with her. So that's where we are. So family, like I said, I wanted to come on and share that with you guys. It's been a very internal weekend, I would say for me, and reflection, um, getting as much rest as I need to get, but also, still doing the work as well and having lots of fun. And I hope that you all are doing that too. I also want to invite you to be a part of the Soulful Vibes broadcast channel as well, because I put a lot of things out there that many of you have. You're the first to know. You're the first to get it. You're the first to know. So if you're not a part of that, you can go to everything is in the show notes, all the contact, how to contact me on Instagram, all of that, my email address, and even the link to be in the workshop. The solstice workshop is coming. That's there. I'm also going to be doing again this year because so many requests for it. I'm still going to be doing the futuristic 2025 activation. That's going to be coming as well. This is going to be a closing out. I am going to give some good gems in the closing out as well too, but that's completely different. It's not the futuristic. This is completely different, but powerful nonetheless, and so needed. And once you come to the workshop, you're going to be so glad, so thankful, so grateful that you did to close out properly 24. And what more powerful day to do it than with all of us together on the solstice together? Do you know what kind of energy that's going to be with all of us together closing out the solstice? By the way, speaking of which, I am going to make a request that all of my moderators please contact me. I have something for you. So if my moderators could shoot me an email, let me know when you're available. I would like for the mods, our superstar mods, Lola Falana, Brother Lance, Mr. Dante, to contact me. Yeah, I have something for you. So listen up. I'm gonna play a little bit of music here, but I would love to hear your thoughts on the show. Um, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm a little fatigued. I've been up since about 4 o'clock this morning. I'm gonna try to get me a little bit of rest. I got a busy week coming up. Like most of you have a busy week coming up too. Um, I'm not gonna push myself too far. I'm just so grateful for everything and grateful for this year. Grateful and thankful for each and every single one of you. Real grateful. Real grateful. Real grateful. So grateful. So grateful. So grateful. And I love you all. I love you all too. I love you so much. I love you all so much. You have to definitely let me know your takeaways. And also let me know if you feel any of these past lives. Miami, Florida, Rome, Italy, Berlin, Germany. If any of these past lives is bringing these gifts and connecting with you at this particular time. You're welcome, Priestess Gwen. I love you all so, family. Thank you all for being. Thank you all for being. Peace and love, so family. Peace and love. I'm going to put the link for the workshop in the room. Let me tag that. So if anyone wants to come, definitely click that link. I want to say thank you all for supporting me, supporting the work, supporting the platform. It truly, truly means the world to me. It does. 20 plus years is a long time. It's a long time. Yeah, it is. I'm grateful. Thank you all. Peace and love, so family. Peace and love. Ciao.